All right, good morning, everybody. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we got. Got some sound check going on. Got a border. We're looking good, looking good. Let me kill this so we don't have any back reverb here. Awesome. All right, people, let's do this. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Man, it's a little cool and crisp out there, man. A little fall taste, man. If you don't like it, man, this is a little bit of a shock compared to what we've been dealing with. So, excuse me, get ready for it. Man, I'm just ready for it to change over because it's back and forth, just mess with the allergies for me. So, all right. So, if you didn't get to participate with the live stuff over the weekend, jump back in, check the stuff out. There are both of them, both Saturday and Sundays, are long recordings. We went probably about an hour and 10, about an hour and 10-ish each, I think it is. But we went deep. We went deep on, let's see, Saturday. We went deep with Snag It. And I showed you actually how I truly create a video out of one of my blogs. So I take it from a static blog where it's just an image that you really can't take and put into a social media content in that format. And I show you how I use Snag It to resize it and then alter it, do a few things with it to make it look aesthetically more appealing, and then turn around, layer it onto the different backdrops with Canva. And then we exported that out. And then I got stuck with OneDrive, wouldn't let me connect for some reason over the weekend. I think they were doing some servicing on it. But the only thing I couldn't show was where we actually exported out to an app like crap. Now I'm going to go blank this morning. I'm not going to remember the name of the app. I know one of them's Unsquare that I use. And then Photo Split's another one. There's several of them that you can use, but Unsquare and Photo Splits are the ones that I like to use. Then you can take it and it'll split them up into the perfect sizes for taking them and uploading them into Instagram as a continuous, seamless scrolling image. And if you have just one image, then there's tons of other things that you can use to do that with. And I put several of those out in the feed on the Facebook group. You don't have to go through all what I did on Saturday. That's if you want to take and convert something. It just shows you the power of Snag It. And there's just cool things about it where if most things you snag with other tools, what you get is what you get. With Snag It, you can adjust it right after you snag it, and then you can adjust it again once you get it into the editing tool. So, I mean, there's so much versatility with it. That's why I loved it. But we did all that on Saturday. We did a deep dive with that. And then on Sunday, we then did a deeper dive with Canva and actually creating all the stuff, going in why I create templates with it, because everything about this I've said several times, it's like an assembly line. If you can set this up, the setup is the hardest part, is the most time-consuming part. Once you get your process down, it becomes assembly line, and it's just repeatable. Now, you will have some times where you're going to have to change things up, you keep things fresh and stuff like that, but it'll get easier and easier and quicker. But at the same time, you get all your basic stuff, all your sound effects stuff, all your links set up, all your apps you're using, and it just starts to become very repetitive, very easy, and it just starts to get into a flow and you go. So we went through showing you how to do all that, how to change the Canva templates up, how to export them out. If you needed something like a transparent backdrop, there's apps that we put out on the Facebook group to utilize instead of having to pay for the upgrade in Canva. Man, we covered a lot. So go check those videos out. I didn't want to do those during the week, and I kept on delaying that Canva video, the completion of it, until the weekend because I wanted to really spend that extra time on it. And it's a weekend video, so watch it at your leisure, but definitely watch it. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to get into We're going to get into Greenscreen. Oh, and this is day 15, man. We're halfway there. Halfway there, man. So we've got all the basic stuff out of the way. Going forward, we're just going to keep on escalating up, doing new things, more tricks, just having more fun with it, man. And just start getting into more of the crazy cutting edge things that you can do, and why I didn't show you some of this stuff on the front end, because like I said several times before, the more you start to realize what you can do, the more of a distraction it really starts to become. At least it does for me, because I like the tech stuff. But once you start to see it, maybe that'll start to pull you in a little bit and just, get your encouragement up to go, okay, I can do that. Because you can do it. You can do it. Start with all the basic stuff that we've shown you how to do. It's not that hard, man. You can make it happen. It's very easy. You can totally do it. You can totally do it. So, all right, well, let's get into the green screen. Let me get over here, change a few things up. Now, what I want to start off with is, first and foremost, you don't have to well, let me just show you. Let me show you something real quick, because for many of you, the simple green screen in Instagram is going to be more than enough. I mean, more than enough. And I'm going to show you one thing that is the most important thing. And this is a video, one of the welcome videos once you guys got into the portal. And it's where I'm showing you all of a sudden, hey, you don't think you need all this, but I'm going to show you all the stuff that I have. I'm going to show you why I have it, but I'm also going to show you how quickly, this is a green screen. I mean, that is literally a green screen. It's just a green material, and how that and a little collapsible piece like this goes behind your chair can save you a lot of time, frustration, and money, as long as you're not super OCD and anal about things. So these are my big lights. This is my one of my side lights for lighting me up. This is my other light for lighting me my other side of myself up. This is my main key light. This is my fill-in light, basically. That's what they're called. But basically what I'm showing you here is, when I'm doing this illustration here, is I'm showing you as I'm flipping back and forth, I'm getting ready to switch between where I filmed here in my green screen setup to a green screen setup on my phone, and a green screen setup on my phone without all this equipment. So just watch this for a second. Hold on, let me get the volume up, make sure you guys can hear this okay on your side. Let me restart this again just to make sure you guys are getting both sound and audio. I mean, sound and visual. Also share audio. Okay, good. So you should be getting both. Yep. Share audio. Good. All right. All right, let's try this one more time just to be safe.
This is with this big production, and this.
What about it? Can you see the difference?
Is just on my phone. See the difference?
All right, can you see the difference in here? All right, I'm going to tell you where the difference is, because there is a difference. And the difference is, I didn't turn my lights on. Lighting is everything. Everything. I cannot stress it enough. I can't get this down now. I'll show it to you in a second, because I've got it saved in the thing. I forgot to turn on a little 4x3 light, because what I did here, Because normally what's happening in this setup, here's my camera. This is a field display. So this is showing me my light balance and everything else. This is not, doesn't have anything to do with light. It has everything to do with light as far as how the camera's interpreting the light and how it's being exposed and captured. But it's not doing anything as far as lighting me up. This is lighting me up, and this is offsetting any kind of shadows. The key with green screen that a lot of people don't realize, when you're doing it like this, you've got to be completely 100% aware of where the light's coming from and how intensely the light's coming from that direction and what kind of shadows you're dealing with. And then if you're transitioning into a scene or moving anywhere, does that light change at all? Because you can have everything set up perfectly in one side, but then all of a sudden you go somewhere else or you change your backdrop and all of a sudden it looks completely fake. So you've got to be 100% in tune with what you're doing. So stuff that's staged inside an office setup or anything like that, most of the stuff that I do is completely easy to do. And I'm going to show you another video that makes it easy, but then I'm going to show you another one that makes it obvious. But at the same time, the one that makes it obvious, it's supposed to be obvious. So let me show you this one more time.
Check this out. This is with this big production.
Now note.
And this.
Note how white balance, the light balance, it's all nice and even. Got light on both sides of my face.
And this.
Now I got shadows. Now, if you just saw this video by itself, you probably wouldn't notice. But to the trained eye and someone who does green screen, they'll be like, doesn't have his light done right. Now watch this. Now you see the difference? And that was just because I did not have a simple, let me see, let me switch this over. A simple little light like this on. Literally a $33 light. $33 light for a set of lights. Not one. So basically a $15 light with so which one? Where's it at? Right here. That. I have that right there. And then right there. Actually, you can you can't see it, but you can see the pole that's on right there. Well, it's slightly out of view. But that little camera, that little image, geez, can't talk. That little light made the difference in that exposure. That was a difference in that shot. That changed to where you could tell a difference between, let me see, let me share it this way, because at that point, then I can flip back to this. There we go. That makes it easier. So that made the difference between this to this, a $15 part. One light. Pay attention to your lighting. Even when you're doing it here, make sure your lighting's right. Make sure you have some lighting on you. Your lighting is everything. Your lighting is equally as important, I would say, as your audio, because your phone's going to video you. As long as you clean off your lens, that's a tip for everybody. Always clean your lens before you video, because you're holding it, you're doing all sorts of stuff with it. Clean your lens. You don't know what all is back there. Clean your lens. But your audio, if your audio sucks, your video is going to suck. Your video itself could be great, but if you can't hear you, it sucks. Especially if everything's based on what you're saying. If your audio sucks, your video sucks. And if your lighting's not, set up right, you might get away with it. But it's not the way it could have been. Now, you could go in here and I could have played with it, but I was like, this is a perfect example of why you need to make sure your lighting is right. And I left it this way just for this exact example. So that is what I wanted to show you guys here. And then as far as the equipment I use, if you want to do green screen stuff, actually, no, not if you do, for 100% how we're going to use green screen on your phone, get one of these. It's 33 bucks. It literally, as you can see here in the picture, it goes onto the back of your chair. The only thing I don't like about this is you're going to get bleed off. You want to have distance between you and the green screen. You don't want to be right next to the green screen because the green screen is going to reflect, especially if you have a shirt like this. I wore this shirt specifically because it has this little bit of a green in it, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But when you're really looking at it, when I have this shirt on, you can see that these little green lines fade away, which is crazy. But they do, because it's literally pulling everything that's green in front of the camera out of view. It's invisible. Totally. And that folds into that. So completely compactable, completely easy. Now, the other option of that is this. And I like this, honestly, a little bit better for the scenario. And that is what this one is. Just folded up. The reason I like this is you can get the depth. You can get the depth away from you. But if I don't want to go through setting the tripod up and I just want something quick, I'll do the circle around the chair. Now, when you do the circle around the chair, what you're going to likely get is when you're seeing those videos on Facebook and you've got that little bit of the flowiness and you've got the moving and that like amoeba look that goes around somebody. That's why you're getting that. That's why you're getting that. Whereas if you go with a regular full-blown production green screen, like I was showing you in the beginning, you're not going to get that. If you've got a good camera, you've got a good key as far as your lighting's good, so you can pull the green in the background. They call that pull the key, the green code, the key. You can pull that out, man. You can see literally the individual spikes in between my hair as I'm moving. You can see in between your fingers as you're doing this. You can see through water as you're moving. I mean, you can see it just like you're seeing with your own two eyes. But I'm going to show you in a minute what all you got to do behind the scenes to accomplish that. And it's far more complicated than just this. Far more time consuming than just this. Start with just this. So you can do this. This is simple and easy. It is little compact bag like this. Tripod goes on the inside. You can roll that up on the inside. It's simple and easy. But you can put it behind you. With this, though, you're going to be able to see the chair, which I don't care. Sometimes, depending on what's going on, it blends in, it doesn't blend in. It's just whatever. So different situations, I use it for different reasons. But this would be probably my go-to because this is also a flatter material. Flatter as far as maybe not flatter, but it's not as reflective. It's not as reflective. The circle is more of a plastic, or it's more of a glossy kind of material, so it's going to reflect more. And again, you don't want a whole lot of light reflection because that will reflect off on you, and you're going to see it. You're going to see like a little green glow potentially. So if you light yourself up too much, or you put too much light on, that is. So again, lighting's key. Lighting is key. So this would be ideal. If you don't have the room for this, then this will work. this will work. Now, the other thing you can do, and I've experimented with this, is to get a small green cloth like this and drape it over this. And it will soften this as far as the glossiness and help deaden it a little bit. I've done it both ways. And again, it's me being a little bit more OCD because I come from doing videos like this and I expect this tightness where you can see everything. I mean, that's what I expect to be able to see. So I'm a little spoiled when it comes to that side of things. So this is what I would start with. Get you one of these, but at the same time, you don't even need this. You don't even need this. This just helps clean up that edge, that blurry edge around your face. The Greenscreen app in here is going to be more than enough to get you started. This just helps perfect it a little bit better. So if you are anal like I am when it comes to stuff like that, this is when you would get this. You don't even need this. Let me stress that. You don't even need this. This is just to make it a little bit more professional looking or to help clean it up a little bit more is the only reason you need this. You don't need to go out and buy a bunch of expensive stuff. If you did want to get into some bigger, crazy stuff down the road, just to give you an idea, it's not super expensive. And you can start with the backdrop because it's the backdrop into your lights. Excuse me. I have 3 sets of these and I have another couple ones. And basically what I do with these is set up my backdrops. And that's how you can see back up here. I've now converted stuff to where I have eye bolts into the ceiling and I have things anchored up and I have it dropping now. And that way I don't have to worry about everything in the floor and having to take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up. Now just roll it up, put it to the top and clamp it up there. And then I have multiple of these because I go everywhere. I do stuff with title companies. I do stuff out with realtors. I mean, I do stuff when I travel. If I want to do something, I do that. So these little clips here, you can put on top of these towers right here. And then basically you put on top of these towers and then you attach these bars to the end of these clips. And then that allows you to, this is just showing it going backwards, but now you can effectively turn a corner. And now that allows your green screen to evenly turn a corner because you don't want to crease it. You want a nice, even blended corner. And that way, going back over here, see, I have a little bit of a crease here, but I pull it out down here when I put tension on it and I take the slack out of it. And that way, when I light it up, it's all even and it all looks fine. And when the more even it is, the more flat it is, the less wrinkles, the perfect, it's almost like you're looking for a pool that's undisturbed. If you can get it to that, you'll never get it to that. But if you can get it to that, you got a perfect shooting surface because your light's going to be evenly distributed and you don't have any imperfections to work with. These little creases right here, these shadows are going to show up differently to the camera. But if you have the right lighting and the right equipment and you have it all set up right, that's easy. You can easily pull that out. And at the same time, if right behind your subject is what you're worried about. So if right back behind where you're shooting is flat and easy, you're fine. This little crease, the light takes it out. This little crease, the light takes it out. So if you got the right lighting, you've got everything set up right, you can take that kind of stuff out and not have to worry about it. But it's things you have to worry about when you're doing it like this versus this, you don't have to worry about any of that crap. That's why I keep on telling you, you're going to do it this way. I'm just giving you the pros and cons and trying to steer you away from this side. But if you do want to venture down this way, it's not super expensive. So you just saw, you can get the racks for $61 for 10 by 8 or 10 by 9 rather. If you wanted to get a couple racks and extend them, $20 for the extenders. The actual green screen itself, 19 by 15, $28. You got different options down here. Actually, this doesn't have the one that has multiple options. I have about 4 or 5 different green screens that I all link together. Like I have one that's like 30 feet wide because I have 3 of these stands put together, and then it just all makes one big solid curtain. And that way you can have as much as you want in front of it. So you can do whatever you want. The sky's the limit. Literally, the sky's the limit. These are those little lights I use to light myself up. I have little stands that get clipped to the edge of my desk that hold them up. But that's all I use to light me up. And actually, I don't have mine on that right now. So there you go. Whoop. There. There's your difference. I could turn it up or turn it down, but that's on a lower setting. These are some cheap, inexpensive lights to get you started if you want to do anything like this, or if you want to do something different than a ring light. This would work. I like these because it has the boom, and they're not too heavy, and you can have the boom off to the side and drape it over, and it'll light a lot of the area up really quickly, and you can dial them back and adjust the gain on it. So they're pretty cool lights, and they're pretty durable, and they're not super expensive. Also, they show currently unavailable though. There's got to be a new excuse me, there's got to be a newer version of them out. They make tons of lights. This company does. Here's a bigger pack. All these color sticks for $119. There's tons of versions of them out there. Here's color panels and everything for $129. So I mean, there's tons of options out there. And then what else was it? Now, see, these are the bigger lights I use. These are my big production lights. This is where it starts to get expensive. The lights in your cameras. But these lights, I can light anything up. I have 2 of these, and I have the big, it doesn't show them here, but the, right here, these big diffusers. That way it diffuses the light. You don't want it just beaming directly on it. You want it diffused. You want it evenly balanced. Everything's about balance when it comes to green screen. So that's it. And then here's that field monitor I was telling you about. This is the key, man. This helps make what you see versus what the camera sees come in alignment, because what you see with your eyes isn't what the camera sees. And as soon as I got this and started using this, it made green screen so much easier, because I use the light balances in it to figure out where I was getting overexposed, and making sure everything was in the gray area. And as long as you're in the gray area kind of stuff, and that's into the light talk, then you know you're good. And there's so many other different things you can do in here with it, but I mean, it's so freaking cool, and it just helps you shoot and expose it right. And it's, again, goes back to like shooting grids. If you're using your grids on your camera, then you know what the camera's catching. You know what your camera is catching, and you know how much, where you need to be depth-wise as far as shooting the subject. So you know how much room you roughly have to be able to crop in on that subject in your post-video editing. So using the tools on the front end and doing it right makes your back end post-editing production so much easier, so much smoother, and not frustrating. Because when you get to the end of the production, and that's the frustrating part, then you're going to stop doing it. And that's not what you want to do. You don't want to have that experience. So if you're using the right tools, you're going to have a good experience all the way through, and you're not going to be frustrated at the end, and you're going to be happy with your outcome. So the right tools makes the difference. I think that's about it, people. So ultimately, use green screen on your phone. And if you don't know where it is, let me see. Let me mirror this real quick. Mirror. Let me see. Mirror my phone. Share screen. Share screen. Where is it at? Mirror my phone. There it goes. So mirror. Ah, crap. I just tore it off. All right. So mirror. So you just go to Instagram, open it up. Ah, crap. Open it up. And then you start recording a reel. So reel, camera. And then right here, green screen. Click on green screen. And then you can either leave whatever you want in the background, or you can say change the background, and you can check whatever you want, or you can go to your camera roll. So if I want to go, with that, boom. Now you can see how it's do it this way. You got a little waviness up at the top. See that little bit of a glow? Then around my shirt. Now, if you turn around and put that green circle behind me, it'll help soften that a little bit. But this is with nothing. Nothing. So it comes down to what you want. Now, certain things are going to look different. Different material. If you go to, let's change it to that. And so you're going to get a little bit more with that because you have more contrast. So it depends on what you're doing, what you're presented against, how much you're moving. So you have to experiment with it. But I mean, everybody has the same effect. It's happening the same way for everybody. So just play with it, start figuring it out. But that's the task today, is go record a video, however you want to do it with green screen, and post it. And that's all you got to do is go find the Greenscreen app, put it in there, change your backdrop, record a video, post it. Simple, simple, simple. Share. That's all I got for you, people. I hope you guys have a great day. And again, don't go out and buy a bunch of green screen material. If you want to do that, call me first. Please call me first. I'll tell you what you do and don't need. I'll tell you what you need to get, what you don't need to get. And I promise you, here is a list of everything I have. And this is not even everything. Literally, that's all my green screen stuff. I mean, that's cameras, that's lights, that's lenses, that's, camera frames, that's small rigging equipment, that's cords, there's so much stuff, clips, the hooks, the tighten things against the wall or against the poles. There's so much stuff you got to get. So if you're even remotely considering going down that road, call me. Just call me. Let me talk you through it. Tell you what I would or wouldn't do. But I promise you, this is more than enough. This is more than what you need. That'll get the job done to get you guys started. And then when you're ready to go step it up, you want to get a bigger backdrop, then we'll get you a bigger backdrop. And at that point, you can get a tripod stand that will hold your phone. And you could get a second, like a computer monitor camera, and set it up on a second tripod. And then you can shoot 2 angles. So you have that B-roll. So literally, you could have that B-roll effect for, depending on the camera, say $150 for the camera, $300. Literally $300. Well, no, we got to get the lights. Call it $400. Call it $500 between the backdrop, the stands, the framing for the backdrop, your actual green screen, your lights, and then your tripods, and then a high def good camera, like a camera. And I say camera like I'm using here, a webcam for broadcasting or for webcam, whatever, $149, as long as it's high def. But that would get you into a situation where you create a little mini studio. But now you're into green screen. Now you've got to have somebody who's going to edit it. So you've got to have that second piece, that editing piece. As long as you've got somebody who can edit it for you, then you can take all that other frustration out of the mix. But it's cool. It's a cool step up when you're ready to do that. But call me before you do it, and I'll walk you through it and save yourself a lot of frustration. So, all right, people, we went a little late. I didn't expect it. Excuse me. I didn't expect to go late today, but hope you guys got a lot out of today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.